I bought the Engl Ritchie Blackmore signature guitar amp to see if it can actually sound like Blackmore, because as I'm sure you noticed, 99% of the videos on YouTube are using it to play hard rock or metal. I've been testing it for quite some months now, and I'm happy to report, and hopefully I was able to demonstrate it in this video, that it can very much sound like Blackmore. Well, Blackmore in the 90s, and this is basically my answer to the question if you should buy one. In case if you are after older, or shall I say more classic Blackmore tones, for example Deep Purple or Rainbow tones from the 70s like I do, I would not recommend this amp. Although you can find mods to it online that supposedly make it sound more like Blackmore's old Marshalls, in that case I think it would be just easier to get a different amp. And I have two alternatives that I will demonstrate and show you in this video. And I will play through all three amps with the same guitars, same panel and same speaker, which is a simulated speaker on IR impulse response in this case, running from my computer. It is basically a 2 notes greenback profile I usually use for the Marshalls. And one last very important thing, the amps are set differently, so I'm not comparing them on the same settings. I've set each of the amps how I usually like to use them. The first alternative is the best choice in my opinion. It is a custom Marshall Major replica with the Blackmore mods, hand built by my friend, and if you ask me, the best sounding guitarist on YouTube, Max. You can find his links below, and I will paste the reverb listing link in the description as well, because I don't know too much about the amp. I'm not an electric technician, I just know it has the Blackmore mods. For example, the 2 channels are cascaded internally, so you don't have to jumper them anymore, and it's also an ultralinear amp with KT88 power tubes. So basically this is, I think, the best sounding amp for Blackmore. However, if you would like a more cost-effective or more widely and readily available alternative, the Marshall Studio Vintage 20 is, I think, a good choice. It's only a 20 watt amplifier, but it is basically a full super lead. So the big brother of this amp are the 1959 super lead, the 1987X or the YGM 100, the Malmsteen amp. And those are all legit choices based on what I heard and what I tested myself. They sound very similar, but it is way cheaper. And if you want to buy a 100 watt Marshall Plexi, with that money you could get the custom Major, and frankly that would sound better for Blackmore. But it's not only good for Blackmore, I think it's just an overall great Marshall amp which really nails the fullness and fatness of Blackmore's tone. Before we get into how I think these amps compare, I have to point out that no amp, none of these amps, no amp at all will give you Blackmore sound just by itself. And yes, I heard people get in the ballpark of Blackmore tones with just the amp, but if you're really serious, you will need an appropriate pedal, depending on the era you would like to replicate. So it's either a Hornby Skews treble booster for very early Deep Purple, or starting from the Burn era, Blackmore used his TP1011 Aiwa tape machine for preamp gain, and there are pedals that are modeling that. I'm using Max's pedal, which I like the best, but there's a couple of out there and all of them sound good. So it is a big equation. Amps part of it, pedals are part of it, pickups are a very important part of it, and what nobody ever seems to talk about is or are speakers. And it is a tone journey. I've been chasing Blackmore tone for 15 years at least, and now I finally have something that I was looking for all my life, and that's the custom major with Max's pedal. But I fully understand your opinion or preference may vary. So this is why I'm showing you the stuff to help you on your journey, but ultimately you'll be the only one who can decide what you like. And of course, I hope we can discuss that in the comment section. Let me know what you have, what you tried, what you like, or did this video inspire you to try something new. But I have to say that I did buy everything, all the pedals, all the guitars, all the amps with my own money, so no one is sponsoring this video. I'm telling you my own preferences. But by now, if you've been watching the channel, I think you know that I'm really dedicated just for my own interest. And yeah, that's basically it. So hope you stick with the channel and we can discuss your tones in the comments, and also see you in the next video.